Well, we could have a nice little score here, and we'll get to it in just a moment. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to the channel. We got a nice little collection that I purchased here. My silver dealer called me up and said, hey, somebody is standing in front of me with a bag full of Indian head pennies, a bag full of Liberty head V-nickels, and some miscellaneous older US coins. And he asked me if I would want it. He gave me the breakdown of what it was and said, if you want it, I'll buy it and resell it to you. You know I said yes, because I'm not going to turn down 228 Indian head pennies, probably maybe over 100 Liberty head V-nickels, and some miscellaneous goodies here that he said had some Flying Eagle cents in there. So I bought it all, ran over there, picked it up, and now I'm home. Now this is way too much stuff to go through today, so what we're probably going to do is break this up into two different videos. For sake of time, we'll probably go through the Liberty head V-nickels and the miscellaneous old US coins first in today's hunt, and then save the Indian head pennies for another hunt, because I'm probably going to have to stack the flips by date, and that'll take some time, and then I'm going to have to break them out of these flips because there's no sense flipping up some of these common, more slick coins. So I'll probably do a time lapse on that. That'll be a separate hunt. I know you Indian head penny lovers out there like me probably want to see this today, but no. We got to save that for a separate video. We'll get these two done. I think what I'll do first is save the miscellaneous bag for last, and we'll dump out the Liberty head V-nickels, and I'm hoping we have a good assortment of dates. Some in the 1880s will be nice. It does say 1883 to 1913, and I did take note, by the way. Not sure why that says 1908 to 1909, because we do have other dates in here, so probably just a mislabeling there. But I think I'll dump this out. We'll get them sorted by date, and then see if we have any mint marks on the 12s and see if we have any older ones from the 1880s. Let me get this dumped out on the mat, and we'll take a look at what we got. All right, no slow-mo. It's not silver. We're just going to dump out all these Liberty head V-nickels. Looks like we have over 100 here. Could be more, could be a little less. I think it's over 100 personally. All right. Oh, well, right off the bat, a pretty nice 1883 without cents. We'll take that. And obviously the one that you want is the one with cents, because it's hard to find in great shape, but we'll still take that. And just a quick perusing, I do see a 1908, 1910, 08, 06. Looks like it's going to be a lot of the, well, here's an 1895 and an 1889. All right, well, let me go ahead and get these stacked by dates. If I happen to see a bunch from 1884 to 1887, I'll bring you guys back on any of those finds. And then, of course, if we have any 1912s like this one, we'll be taking a peek for any mint marks below that period on the left of cents, which this one does not have, and it's cleaned. All right, let me get to the hunt. I'll bring you guys back in with a good find or after the sort. Really quickly bringing you guys back in, still going through the sort, got a handful up there, but we did get a 1912 with a mint mark. It's got a Denver mint mark below the period. The S is the most valuable one. The Denver one's slightly better, but only in higher grades, and this is in decent shape for a 1912 Denver for sure, but wanted to bring in for that. And we got that 1889 and the 1883, as well as an 1895 and an 1891. So definitely a good assortment so far. Lots more to go. All right, we're probably just over halfway done with the sort, or close to halfway done with the sort. I bring in because we finally got an 1883 with cents at the bottom. You can see the word cents. That's the better one, although it's scratched up. It's not in bad shape, save for the scratches. We'll take it. By the way, that's our fifth 1883, but 4 without cents, 1 with. We also got an 1888. 2 1889s, and then every coin from 1890 through 1912 S other than an 1894 so far and a 1912 S. The ones at the top are the best ones, and I'll get to those at the end in the recap, but definitely doing well. If we get that 1894, we'll have all of them from 1890 on, and then we're working backwards for the 1880s. So we're doing well, like I said. Now let's get back to the sort. Back again really quickly. Added one from 1885. It is corroded, but I'll definitely take that. And an 1887. Let's find some more. Really quick interjection here because you guys are probably saying, what, Rob, in 1885? I forgot that this was the key date of the Liberty Head V-Nickels, even more so than the 1912S. But I've seen them sell on eBay for $150 plus. So even this corroded one right here is probably $100 to $150 minimum for somebody who needs to fill a spot. Wanted to point that out because that is definitely a great find, even though I didn't say it during the clip. Now let's get back to the video. Well, we just found an 1884. It is tough to see, but you can see it. That is a tougher date. We will definitely take that. It's not in great shape. It's completely slick on the back, but just enough visibility to see the 1884. And now with that one, all we need is the 1886, the 1894, and the 1912S. Only 3 more coins to have a full Liberty Head V-Nickel collection. All right, we have finished the sort, and we will be 3 coins short of a full Liberty Head V-Nickel collection. Holy cow, I have the best ones on top. I will take them down and make a master set to compare to my books in just a second, but for now, wanted to cover the dates. We have the 1883 with cents, a bunch of nice 1883 without cents. That's the nicest one on top. 1884, 1885, no 86, 87, 88, 89s, 1890, 91, 92, 93, no 94s, 95, 96, and then 97 all the way to 1912. A handful of 12 Denvers, no 12S's. So missing the 12S, the 1886, and the 1894. And I think I might be able to fill up one of my spots and maybe upgrade a few based on the ones I have on top. Let me go ahead now, put the best ones out, show you what the collection looks like, and give you some final thoughts on this Liberty Head V-Nickel coin collection purchase. Okay, I've got all of them sorted by the best ones here. Quickly going to run through them so you guys can see them up close and personal. That's the 1883 with cents. The 1883 without cents. Definitely like an high XF or an AU coin. Terrible 1884 and 1885, but I'll take them. Again, missing the 86. That's the best 87, 88, 89. A pretty nice 1890. And then 1891, even though it has some corrosion, has great detail. Moving down to the next row. 1892, 1893, no 1894, a pretty nice 1895, 1896, 97, 98, 99. A really nice 1900 for sure. I'll definitely take that. Could be an upgrader. And then we've got a pretty decent 01, 02, a nice 03, a decent 04, a decent 05, a nice 06, a nice 07, a decent 08, and a pretty nice 1909. And then a 1910, 1911 in pretty nice shape, the 1912 no mint mark, and the 1912 Denver mint mark. And just for sake of clarity, yeah, Denver mint mark. I did double check all of the 1912 Ds to make sure I didn't miss an S, and I did not. That is a pretty nice collection overall. Let me do this before I give final thoughts. Let me compare them to my book, see if I have any upgrades, and let you know if I do, and then give my final thoughts on the V-Nickels. All right, I have finished comparing all of the finds for my album. I was able to upgrade 5, and of course, I added the 1885. So now I'm just missing the 1886. I have others that need more upgrading, but these were all found through purchases and things like that. I even have a 12S that I had to Nic-A-Date, but at the end of the day, I'm missing the 1886, and it makes sense that this collection was missing, of course, the 1886. That's a tougher date. It's missing the 1894. That's the toughest from the 1890s, and the 1912S. That's another one of the key dates. But getting the 1885 key date was nuts. Can't get mad at that. What a great purchase. I think what I'm going to do is put together a second master set that I can offer up down the road, and then I'll just roll these up for now and offer those in future auctions. We have finished the Liberty Head V-Nickels. We've already made our money back from what I bought this collection for on the V-Nickels, almost. And we still have all of these. Oops. Oh yeah, forgot to tell you guys, there was an Indian head penny in this as well. I'll add it to that. Now we have to go through this bag of goodies. Let me clear up the table. We'll dump that out and take a look at what old US coinage is in that small bag. Okay, we've got the mat cleared up. I've got a couple of small sets set aside. That's my back stock now. It's getting crazy, and some nicer 1883 without cents sitting right there. This bag's already been opened. This shouldn't take very long. That's why we saved it for last. Not a lot of stuff's in this bag, but let's take a quick peek at what we got. We've got an 1847 large cent in decent shape. We've got a cleaned 1856 large cent. And then we've got a couple of 2-cent pieces, an 1867, as well as a cleaned 1865. Yeah, cleaned and damaged, but it's a couple of 2-cent pieces. That's always nice. We've got a shield nickel here. Oops, and it's going to be this way. 1867, not in that bad a shape. The back looks decent. The front, not so much. And then we've got an old Britannia here. Look at that. That's going to be a King George III, 1806. It's in rough shape, but I will take that. That's a kind of cool find. I thought we had another large cent when I first grabbed the bag. But yeah, I'll take that. Not sure what the value is on that coin in that condition, but that is a cool piece of history. 219 years old. And then we've got 3 Flying Eagle cents, and I've already had to refilm this because I kept on referring to these as small dates and large dates, and what I meant was small letters and large letters. So I'm refilming this again, so I don't have to re-edit it 100 times. The first one's an 1858, and it's going to have the large letters. I can tell by the slant in the A, so that's an 1858 large letters. We also have a cleaned 1858, and this is the small letters because the A is, I guess, even with the M. AM, there's no slant to it. I've explained these before. I'll show them up close in a second. And then a super nice, well, super nice for being an 1858 Flying Eagle cent. Small letters as well. This is probably pushing that fine to VF range, so definitely a nice coin. The difference in the letters is when you look at America, if you look at the A and the M, the A looks like it's crooked, like it's slanted to the left on the large letters, and on the small letters, the A is upright, as you can see there. So that's how you tell small letters and large letters. There's no variance in as far as value between them. It's just if you have the spot in your book, you want to put the right ones in there. This is the most valuable coin of all 3, probably in that $50 range in its current condition. These are a little bit less, probably 20 to 25 tops. All in all, we did well on this little miscellaneous bag. Now, if I add the value in of these coins, plus what we did on the Liberty Head V-Nickels, I am already about break even, maybe a little bit ahead, and I still have a bag with 228, call it now 229 Indian head cents for the next video to go through, which I'm excited about. That being said, we're done with today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed looking at some older constitutional coinage, as well as how well we did on the V-Nickels in 1885. Holy cow. If you did enjoy it, you know I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. Oh, you're still here? Well, I appreciate you watching today's video. If you enjoyed it, I decided to pick out a few more that I think you might enjoy, like that one right there or this one down here. Anyways, thanks for watching, happy hunting, and we'll see you in the next video.